Yes, lovely people. Good evening. Welcome back to another Prem panel show live. As always, when we get behind the mic, make sure that you subscribe, comment, and like. But also, another request for the Prem panel show. When you watch this on YouTube, go to the description and click on all the links to all the guys and make sure you go and check out their channels, subscribe, and like their videos. Remember, guys, me, Matt, and Drift, we have to do this for you. It's our job to do this for you guys. These guys here, they sacrifice their time, their energy to come and bring you guys content and help us to grow the channel. So make sure you help them to grow their channel. It's the least we can do, people. Boys, how you guys doing this evening?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great. Finally got back-to-back wins. Let's go.
World champions.
World champs 2021 the year. Aubameyang 2-2. Haaland, it was a good head start, but we're coming for you, bruv. It is what it is.
You really don't want to do that, bro.
It shouldn't even be carefree. It should be shame-free, Lewis, nowadays.
Oh, man, you know you only get one or two sides. Either I'm depressed or I'm shameless.
You're always carefree.
Always carefree.
Well, we have some great stuff to talk about today, but we have to start with arguably the game of the weekend coming up. So Arsenal destroyed Spurs in their last game, won the North London derby, and they stamped their authority on who runs North London currently. And next on the list to play is Liverpool Football Club. Now, the last time Arsenal beat Liverpool at the Emirates was back in 2020 after Liverpool had secured the Premier League title. Lee, you guys are in the best form probably in the 4 or 5 years. You've got a very solid starting 11, an 11 that is established now and has got good synchronization. And you're coming up against the Liverpool side who are struggling. 2 wins in the Premier League, not got any cohesion. Darwin Núñez hasn't hit the ground running. Virgil van Dijk looks like he's waiting to hit form in the World Cup. Trent is doing up second striker as opposed to right back. Robbo's injured. Simicast has come in. Hendo, Fabinho, and Thiago sometimes this season have been stinking out the gaff. How many goals are you going to beat us by, Lee?
You know what? How many wins you got in the Prem so far?
2.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. You know what? It's quite funny. It's quite a funny one. Yeah, it's quite a funny one. But you know what? I've got both sides of the table right now. I don't know which team to support this weekend. Apparently, I don't know. That's what I've been told all weekend. You know what? I'm pretty relaxed. I was relaxed last week. I said it on stream. I did a funny enough. I did a preview with Daps and Kaz before, on their channel, and I came on this channel, and I was calm. I knew we would win. I was very relaxed before the game. I knew that we were the better team. I thought that the way that we played is exactly how everyone on this panel and everyone all week was talking, saying that Spurs would counter-attack, and we were very patient. I was at the game. The crowd was rocking, and for me, I'm feeling good. Like, I'm feeling good. I think this is the game where Arsenal need to make their stamp. And I said last week, Spurs game is going to be the easiest game out of our next 3 games. And obviously we had Spurs, we had Liverpool, we got Liverpool, sorry, and then we got Leeds. And I think Leeds would be the hardest one out of all of them, if I'm being honest with you. Just because it's away, and I think the intensity.
Well done, Lee.
The intensity that they're going to try and bring, and all the other things that they're going to do in the game, but we'll get to it. But for me, look, honestly, Liverpool are a great team, like, and a lot of people always forget, like, the reason why I have, whether you want to believe it or not, a real affection towards Liverpool is because you saved my summer in 2019. Because if Spurs had won that Champions League, I would have never, ever been able to do any of this content. I just couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. But look, you're a great team. You're not playing well at this moment in time. I think your midfield is going to be quite easy to be got at, with Partey playing exceptionally well at this moment in time, and Fabinho's legs looking to be gone. And we're playing well, man. We're playing well. Like, we've got, what I'm liking about Arsenal is that we've got a style of play. The manager's doing a lot better, so people can't keep coming out with our manager's not this, our manager's not that. We're showing improvements, man. And look, I don't want to talk too much because last week, listen, everyone's gonna say that I'm saying this and I'm saying that. So let's see in it. But listen, I'm feeling nice, man. I don't rate Liverpool. Listen, you know, man, you lot all know I said I don't rate Liverpool, man. They're not a good team no more, man. They're not a good team. So I'm not gonna keep talking. 4:30. I see you there, innit?
Daps, let me come to you next. I see a few people in the comments saying that all the pressure's on Arsenal this game. I personally disagree, but from a neutral standpoint, and the reason I'm coming to you first is because we have, for the last few years, been your direct rival. As things stand right now, Arsenal are currently your direct rival. They're the only team that's stopping you from being top of the league. Going into this game, who has more pressure on their shoulders? Is it Klopp or Arteta?
Oh, it's 100% Klopp. 100% Klopp. I've been saying all season that I still think Liverpool are that team that can push us all the way. And like, I'm starting to get people like, why are you saying that? And it's like, look, when you've had that rivalry for a certain amount of time, you kind of just automatically think. And I do know, obviously, that when it gets to the business end of the season, I know how Liverpool can react. I don't know how Arsenal can react to that yet. But last weekend, the more I deep what happened last weekend with Liverpool, the more I kind of think, do you know what? Because I've said this about United for years. I've been saying United are going to bounce back. United are going to bounce back. United are going to bounce back. I even found myself, I think, last season saying United are going to bounce back till about February, and then realised, you know what? I need to stop saying it. They're not going to bounce back. Last weekend, you were 2-0 down, right? For you to be 2-0 down and then bring it back to 3-2 is very normal. That's what I've seen over the last 4 or 5 years. Liverpool to be 2 goals down and then to come back and be 3-2 up. That's not abnormal. That's normal. What is abnormal is for Liverpool to then concede again. In fact, often when you come from 2 goals behind and make it 3-2, you go on and score a 4th or a 5th. For you to get to 3-2 and then concede and end up dropping points, that isn't the Liverpool I know. And look, I've been saying all season, I do believe you've got the quality of players, but Klopp cannot lose the dressing room. And I'm not saying he's lost the dressing room, but every game that these results happen, the harder the bounce back is going to be. Now, this weekend, you've got Arsenal. Next weekend, you've got City. If you don't get a result this weekend, then going into the City game, I mean, I know it's at Anfield, but boy, going into that City game is going to be, because your players' heads will have dropped a lot. And
you know when you just said that, honestly, Daps, I swear in my head, all I could think of Meat Meals. I used to pray for times like this. Listen, bro, I don't think you understand.
Wait, what tune? What tune?
The intro, man. I used to pray for times like this, the grind like this. Oh my god!
Oh my day!
I don't think you actually understand. Genuinely, pure joy for me and you. Daps, spud me. To absolutely mud Liverpool. Honestly, I actually don't.
I'm not even meaning to mud them yet, though. This is a no. I'm not going to lie, Lee. Right now, my whole thing.
I've had 2 years of. I've had 2 years, of being told that we are the Lemirates, that we are the learning center. I've seen ABCs on the stream. I've seen also. I've been told that we ain't scored a goal. Listen, I need this. Bro.
You know what it is. I hear you on this.
I don't think you understand what Callum is going to actually get. Callum, listen, I swear to you, bro. That's why right now. This is the pre-match. This is everything about this box. There's no boxing this week now because that donut me couldn't wait. Yeah. So I swear to you, the event is about to pop off, bro. I swear, Callum. Oh my god, bro! That's why I'm calm. I'm calm, bro. I'm calm.
But this is the thing. I do get what you're saying. Like on Monday on Matisse's channel, Matisse was like, "Why was I not cooking United?" And I was like, "I don't look. We've done what we had to do, yeah. But if I deep it, that was just shutting them lot up, putting them back in their box. Because the fact is, yeah, it was only them that was getting carried away and thinking they'd bounce back. For me personally, like, I didn't believe it anyway. They didn't deep down believe it. They were just trying to hype their own team up. Then I look at Liverpool, and right now, Liverpool fans aren't like, they're not. The only thing I keep saying to Sam is, bro, all last year you kept telling me it's not even a debate between Pep and Klopp. I'm now asking you the question: who is the better manager, Pep or Klopp? Exactly. So you can't have these. Now all of a sudden you don't want to have these conversations that last year wasn't even a conversation apparently. But I'll be honest, like right now, Lee, it's me and you, bro. Like it's this is what I'm ready for. I'm saving this energy. No, hold on, Cass. Hold on, Cass. Cass,
What,
we
for a
ain't let you out the
title
box
race?
yet. No. We ain't let you out of the box yet, Cass. And Lewis, you've had 2 wins. Calm down, bro. Right
Hey,
now,
I'm not saying we're
I'm
involved.
saving my
Lewis.
energy. I'm saving my energy for Arsenal. Like Arsenal,
Fair enough. Yeah,
really
rightfully
and
so,
truly.
rightfully
Lee,
so.
what are you saying? Like,
Look.
you saw what we did last week. Are you ready for that? Do you want that?
I'm
Do you
back
want
in
that?
Liverpool.
You
Like,
are.
how? Wait for my turn. Wait
genuinely,
for my turn.
and I've said it. Look, I listen. If we lose on Sunday at 4:30, look, it is what it is, and I'm not going to be happy, and I'm going to get it in the net from everybody. But
How is
for
that?
me,
Is that the hand from Scary Movie?
No, it's the little one.
I've said, look, like
You
genuinely,
saying it? I just grabbing me saying, make sure you're on point this shot.
nah, bro. I tell you what, bro. It's just my hand, bro. When it comes to that one banger as well. Yeah,
But what, Lee, Lee, let me ask you a question. So if you win this year, because I've already seen a few people kind of maybe quietly saying it, thinking people aren't hearing. If you win this, bro, are you going to start saying you're in a title race?
You know what it is? If we beat Leeds, yeah, because I said it. I'm not. It's not like I'm making it up. I said Leeds is the hard for me. It's the hardest
You did last week.
Yeah,
You did.
it's not like I'm lying. I said it before. I was more worried about the Leeds game away, and you lot were like, "What Leeds?" No, because they're gonna be open up and all of these things. For me, I'm more worried about the Leeds game, the Liverpool game, and the Spurs game. We're gonna take care of themselves. For me, I just want to say, for me, like at this moment, Arteta's looking at the second best manager in the league. The thing I'm liking about Arsenal is even if we bring our substitutes on, we still have a pattern of play. We still look like we're going to score goals. We still look like we have a system, you know what we're doing. And listen, I'm happy. Like, I can't complain. That I don't want to hear like, oh, all of this stuff about Arsenal flip-flops, because I've been seeing all this Klopp out. So if this is the guy that's meant to be the Messiah, and I'm hearing people say this and that about your manager, then as I said, it must be Liverpool fans that need to be under the microscope at this moment in time. But
so Lee, if you beat Liverpool, are you taking their place? Are you in the title race with us? That's what I'm asking you, bro. If you beat Liverpool, are you taking their place? And is it me and you going at it this season?
Ain't no title race.
Nah, there's no title race, man.
Listen, City and everyone else.
I'm scared to go to the. I'm scared to go to the Emirates. I'm scared to go to the Etihad. I will say though, no one wants to come to Emirates this season. Nobody.
I'm ready for that.
No.
Erling, a Viking does, bro. He's ready.
Yeah,
listen,
he's ready for that 900k, bro.
Man
City want to stay in the drop, bro. He's hungry.
Stay in your box, Cass. You got put back in your box. Calm down, brother.
That's nice, brother. But
listen, a win in the Europa League against a team I've never heard of doesn't earn you the right to talk.
What do you mean? I can talk whenever I want, yeah, because I am a human being. That's why. That's why.
And you know what? My biggest thing with Liverpool fans at this moment in time is they're like, yeah, we're gonna be Arsenal. But I'm just asking a question, and I maybe Cal, you can answer it, maybe the panel can answer it, maybe even Lewis, I'm not too sure. I don't understand what it is that Liverpool fans are hanging on. You're not playing well. Your manager's at this current moment in time, not to say that he's not a great manager, he's not making the right decisions. You've got players out of form. Your top players aren't doing well. I don't understand, other than the fact that you got Jota. Okay, fine. He's been excellent against us over the last 2 years or whatever it was. But I don't actually.
Firmino's got a good record against you.
Yeah, Firmino as well. Yeah, but he's not the same player that he was 3 seasons ago. That's where I kind of come in. But I don't actually understand where the confidence is coming from, because nothing about your season has brought. You haven't really played well in a game for 90 minutes. Your players aren't playing well. Your manager's still making the wrong decisions, and then your star player hasn't come to the table at this moment in time. He hasn't risen up. I put the gauntlet towards him, and he's still out there playing with his thumbs and doing all the things he shouldn't be doing. You got Nunes having stinkers after stinkers.
You talking about Thiago?
No. Salah.
Oh,
Nunes missed 4 opportunities yesterday. You're changing formation now, which seems to be working against Rangers, but we're, with all due respect, about 10 levels above them. So for me, look, I'm making all the case. I don't want to stick my chest out too much, but I'm making a case for why Arsenal are going to do well.
This last 3 minutes,
No, I'm just more saying, because everyone's saying, oh, it's after 8 games. But how many times do you keep saying this? You said this last week. It was after 7 games, people. And I don't see why. I mean, I was confident then. So what is it that Liverpool fans believe that they are so adamant about, that they're going to, why they're going to beat us? That is what I don't get.
I can't speak for all Liverpool fans, but the general consensus from what I hear from Liverpool fans who believe like we will be in a title race potentially this season is that we have a history of going on long unbeaten or long winning runs. We have a history of being able to turn it around, and when it clicks, it kind of goes seamlessly. We also are where we are because most of our players were injured at the beginning of the season or we were in terrible form. Very rarely does it happen where most of your players in your team are out of form at the same time. So people, I think, are clinging on and hanging on to the fact that if half of these players who are out of form find form, then we become a different team. Again, I'm not going to sit here and start sugarcoating stuff because you're on here, Lee, or anyone else is. If anyone watches me regularly, I'm very annoyed with how Liverpool have set about this season. I'm annoyed with what we did in the summer. I think we showed a lot of arrogance in the summer. I think Klopp and Pep Linders and the coaching staff have been arrogant at the start of the season, hence why we're in the situation we're in.
You think arrogant?
But I do think if anyone can turn around our fortunes, it is Jurgen Klopp. And I think he's shown that so many times that I can't sit here and be like, Klopp out if we don't beat Arsenal or Man City, because he's shown so many times that he can turn it around. Now, again, on the flip side, he's human. And how many times can you go to the well and expect there to be water? So I get that as well. But as things stand right now, I can't be sitting there saying Liverpool are going to be a dead team or Klopp's dead. Now, do I think we're going to be in a title race? Absolutely not. I think we're in a top 4 race now. I think you can't win
top
the
6
league.
Race.
I think top 4. I don't think you can
top 6 now, my guy. I know it's hard to take in, but it's a top 6 race now, my friend.
I'd be the first to admit if we was a top 6, but I don't think it's top 6 race. I don't think you can win the league in the first 8 games.
Newcastle aren't in it yet, Cass.
But
Newcastle aren't there yet, bro.
But you can definitely lose the league in the first 8 games, and I think we've done that with our performances and our results.
You know what, though? I'll give you some hope because this comes relevant to Daps's, I think it was last week, the 2021 table. Tottenham were top and City were 13th on about 10 points. Looked shit, came back.
How many games was that, though?
10 games.
10 games. So on that relevance, things can happen and give you a bit of hope. Things can be shit, but then things can progress. Liverpool, you know what? I'm going to...
Cass, stay there. I'm going to ask you this question, Cass. If you swap them around and City were at the top of the league after 10 games and Liverpool were 13 points behind, are we catching City? Be honest. I'm not talking about previous. I'm talking about this City with Haaland.
I don't think so. Haaland can get injured at any time. They ain't playing well, but then they got Alvarez and so forth. You never know.
No. You know what? Hold on.
You never know.
Cass, hold on. There's 2 things you said there. Firstly, the we're not playing well thing, right? Based on how you have 120 minutes and all of a sudden you could go to the Etihad and get a point, bro.
I'm not talking about my team.
The last 3, 4. If we want to take the start to our season as not playing well, I agree with you. Yeah. However, the last 2 games, bro, you can't say we haven't been playing well.
No, but I'm just saying, City. No, but look, the difference is City can go and draw. Let's just say City get 2 draws and you get 2 wins. That's 4 points caught up. Do you know what I mean? That things can happen like that because they have been.
Sorry, and as for the Haaland injury thing, let's just be clear. Haaland is coming this season. But last season we were the top scoring team.
No, yeah, I'm not
the top 5 teams in Europe. So if Haaland gets injured,
City,
and even then, if Haaland gets injured, we also have Alvarez that we didn't have last season. As well.
I
this whole agenda that if Haaland gets injured, City become the worst team in the Premier League.
I said that, but this season you don't have Sterling or Jesus either. So there's always and Mahrez ain't on form. So you never. That's what I'm saying. You never know though. That's what I'm saying. You just never know, innit? Like, that's what I'm saying.
but-
Like, you can get a few draws and then Liverpool can catch up. Do I think that's going to happen? No, obviously not, because it's the here and now I'm thinking about, not the future. I don't really see anything promising from Liverpool. But in the Arsenal game, though, I don't see why you don't adopt the same situation you did with Rangers. Go something that Spurs lacked was the final pass. I don't think Arsenal were good, right? But Spurs were that diabolical. But at the same time, even Lee, you was there, you was watching it.
Four up top against Arsenal.
If Arsenal, I mean Tottenham, decided to have their actual football player boots on, and they could have been in a few times in the first half, second half, washed.
Bro,
Difference
four
is,
up top against Arsenal.
what are you talking about, by the way?
They had four up
No.
top yesterday.
Who did?
Liverpool.
No,
On Tuesday.
they were playing like a more of a 4-2-3-1, and I'm just thinking on transition and in a counter, because if Arsenal don't win this game, I think every Arsenal fan are going to look at this as an L. I'd be considering that as a loss. A draw is not good enough right now.
The other
Currently,
thing is,
with the
though,
way
you have to
Arsenal are.
remember from Arsenal's point of view, that would then be, it would be a telling sign on Arsenal that would then be maybe to put a bit more pressure on Arsenal. The two times they've stepped up against Big Six teams. Actually, no, Tottenham are Big Six, so now that's out the window. They've beat one of them.
Yeah, but exactly. But I'm saying with Arsenal's weaknesses, I feel like this is where Liverpool's strengths can come in as well. You don't need to play a deep line so much. You do have quality at the back. I'm kind of scared for Trent against Martinelli, but other than that, you still have Van Dijk and Matip. They're going to be geared up for a big game, anyways. And I'm sure if you put two defensive midfielders, Fabinho and Thiago, next to each other as a pivot and don't let them go further forward, you have Diaz, and this is where I feel like this could be Arsenal's weakness, is the fullbacks, Diaz and Salah. And on a counter attack, and I know it's not within Liverpool's way to play, but if Klopp thinks about his career at Liverpool and is and everything going forward, I feel like this way he could play a little bit into Klopp's hands. He shouldn't do what Arteta did when he came to the United and played a little bit naive. Same way Klopp can't go to the Emirates now and play the way he thinks he can play and be naive either these days. Because even now, like my opinion has to change regardless of my agenda against Arsenal. They are serious, bro. Like, honestly, I hate to say it. And if they beat Liverpool, then I'm probably going to say, you know what? I'm not even thinking Arsenal for top 4. I'm thinking Arsenal for top 2 or 3. I'll be honest.
Listen,
I think my opinion
before
changes.
the season started, I said Arsenal getting first.
It's the same thing, Lee, and the thing about chess, like, you can't say before you come out of chess, bro, you've been doing it all season, bro, but respectively, you've been backing it. That's the difference. And it's paid off. That's the difference. But Arsenal look good. They're beating Liverpool. They beat Spurs. Yeah, they might drop points against United. You're going to drop points against someone eventually, right? And they didn't, shut down. They bounced back. That's the difference with this Arsenal team. And Lee said the substitutes come on and they look good. I hate doing this. Makes me feel effing sick. But I feel like Liverpool can definitely go and get a win as much as Arsenal can also get a win. It's all to play for. And I feel like this is on Klopp as a manager now. And I feel like this game, if he loses this game, it's going to be a lot of fans going to turn on him. But at the same time, Arteta wins this. You have to pick up Arteta, bro. Like, honestly, I don't care if people say you bought into the PR against the Arsenal all or nothing. I loved it. I bought into it. I'm liking it. And Arteta now is proving me wrong since the summer, bro. Like, that's it. That's the difference.
And I was gonna say, for me, look, like I do want to really put it out there that Liverpool can win the game. Do I think they will? No. There's nothing out there that they've done this season that worries me to the amount of what we can do to them. I think we can inflict a lot more pain onto them. I think the midfield that we have can really do some damage. I think our wingers can do not as much damage as your wingers maybe can do, but some serious damage. And I think the main thing that I'm worried about is actually our finishing, because Alisson is just looking like he's ready to go all out to save Liverpool this season. And I just said, I'm confident, man. Like, Thiago's again another highlight for you, but Fabinho, I don't know what's going on with him right now. Like, he doesn't seem to be the guy that he was 2 seasons ago. So look, like, I want to see, from a Liverpool perspective, I want to see your players rise up. I've been saying it season, all season. I've been asking Liverpool to come to the party. I've been asking your top players. I've been asking Mo Salah, who's on the money that he wanted. I'm going to keep going on about it, to start doing some stuff this season. I know he got.
They should have given him a bonus. They should have put in a bigger bonus.
I'm gonna keep saying it, and people are gonna keep saying I've got an agenda. Why do I keep mentioning him? I'm gonna mention him because when it's other top players from other top teams, this is what happens. The top players get the flack because they are on the most money. It's a way of life in any business. The people at the top are the ones that people come for. The heads that get cut off most of the time is because they earn the most money. They're making the big decisions. They're the ones that have to carry companies, carry teams, carry organizations. This is what happens. So look, if you lot need a Make-A-Wish Foundation, Sunday, look, Salah, come to the party, bro. Look, come to the Emirates. We've got the best burgers in town. I'm sure you would know about that. Obviously halal as well for you, my brother. So come through, bro. Come through. 3-0 to Arsenal, by the way. Because everyone's saying that I'm not watching the game. I'm a fair weather fan. Listen, if you want to see the receipt for what I paid to go to the Emirates on Saturday, listen, it's crazy that people are kind of telling me that I'm not an Arsenal fan because I'm on a stream. I'm giving you content, bro. I don't know what you want me to do. I'm watching the game on my phone. I don't know what you want me to do.
3-0, I heard.
3-0. Yeah,
Wow.
Lee. Lewis,
you know what? Can I just real quick, Lee? If you man beat Liverpool 3, I'll say this now, yeah, because I was just thinking while you were talking, like when you were saying about your midfield can do them damage, this and that. You know what? Sometimes there's a game where boys turn to men, and I'm not knocking your midfielders by calling them boys. I think it's fair to call them boys at the moment because to me, compared to like our midfield, and to be fair, Liverpool's midfield last few seasons, your midfield is boys compared to them. But sometimes boys do have that game where they turn into men. This could be it. If you lot do beat them 3-0, yeah, I've already put respect on Arsenal. I've saluted them. That's the most they'll get out of me, yeah. If you do beat Liverpool 3-0, yeah, then I will have a bit more respect for you. But bro, I have a feeling this game, I'll go over to Lewis now, but I have a feeling this is the game where Arsenal's head gets chopped off, you know. I just have a feeling. I have this feeling.
I heard that last week, boy.
I said Liverpool were going to bounce back last week and they didn't. So I am wrong often. Unlike other content creators who have this real thing with, you know, I was right. I predicted it, even if their team are losing. Like, you know what? I hope that I'm wrong, but I think Liverpool might bounce back this week because I think the confidence is swinging too much in the way of Arsenal right now. I don't think it's going to be good for you, bro.
But if you look at Arsenal, yeah, as a team, none of our players are walking around like our farts don't stink. Like we're walking around with confidence because we're playing well and we're united as a team. There's no you look at the quotes from Jesus. He doesn't want to be the star of the team. He wants to be a player in the team. He's said that like 3 times he's come out since he's come to Arsenal.
I get it. I know where he got it from as well. I know exactly where he got it from.
He's not going to come out and say it. Yeah, he's not going to come out and say that, Lee. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, no, but like he hasn't got that. He hasn't got that Ronaldo thing about him. Look at what Salah said. He it's all about kind of having his targets at the start of the season individually and as a team. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. Salah, look, he is amazing at what he does, and he's allowed to have that mindset, and that's what's made him the elite, world-class, world-renowned goal scorer. Perfect. But what I'm saying is with Arsenal, everybody's on the same page. Everyone's fighting, including the fans. And I think going back to your first question, I actually think that there's more pressure on Arteta because he now needs to start showing with the money he's spent, with the players he's got, with the ethos that he got. For me, as a fan who's won only 2 games, I think we beat you in the Community Shield thing. And obviously we beat you in the league in 2020. I do genuinely believe that the pressures actually are just a tiny bit more on Arteta because he now needs to show he's leveling up. I can't sit here and say that he's the second best manager in the league at this current moment in time, and he loses against Ten Hag and Klopp because that just slaps me in the face. So for me, as an Arsenal fan, I think there's a lot more pressure, and we're at home as well, and we're playing well. So there are so many stipulations that I believe that it makes Arsenal in a position that there's a lot of focus and there's a lot surrounding Arsenal that we need to win. We need to show that it isn't just a one-trick pony that we can beat Spurs because we always beat them. So look, for me, there's a lot riding on the game, and everyone keeps coming at me and saying that I'm cocky and arrogant. Listen, I don't think I've been cocky or arrogant at all. I feel like I should be as well as I should be because we're playing well and you aren't. So what do you want me to do, guys? I don't know. But
fair dues. Lewis, I'm going to come to you. What's your prediction for the game on Sunday?
Think it'll still be a tight one. I'd be very surprised if Arsenal win 3-0. But like Daps is saying, I'd take them a lot more serious if they did pull a performance like that. I don't know. It could really go either way. Like Liverpool have been poor this season, but I'm not gonna act like they could just get walked over. I don't think they will be.
Spot
I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool. Partly because I think they can turn it around, partly because I just really need it. But yeah, 2-1 Liverpool.
Do you know why it's so interesting? Because I'm sat here, I'm seeing Lee saying 3-0, right?
I didn't say 3-0. I didn't say Arsenal are going to win 3-0.
You did, bro.
No, you fully.
Oh, no.
About three times you agreed to with it as well. I asked.
Oh,
you
so,
to
no,
do it.
no, sorry. I genuinely think I lost my train of thought there. Honestly, I genuinely don't.
No,
don't
that
think
was
we're
the
gonna win
truth.
3-0.
Now you're going to backtrack.
I
That
said
was the
3-1.
truth.
Sorry,
During
I meant
your
if I said 3-0.
Oh.
Sorry, if I said 3-0, I meant to say 3-1. Apologies. I genuinely apologize for that. I know.
But Joe, like you, this is where it confused me. And I salute you. I always salute.
Yeah, no,
confident
sorry.
fans.
Apologies. I meant 3-1. I totally apologize. I said 3-1. I
know
meant
what?
3-1, not 3-0.
When fans are uber confident in their team, it just reminds me of the fact that my childhood must have been scarred differently, right? Because I'm sat here with Erling Haaland doing what he's doing, knowing in 9 days' time we've got Liverpool. I think it's 9 days' time. And I'm still thinking, despite how shit Liverpool have been, I'm still thinking, yeah, but I know what Liverpool have been and I know how quickly a bounce back can happen. So it's just the way Arsenal get so confident. Like I said, I salute it, but
No, I said the Arsenal game we're currently playing is 3-0, not we're going to beat Liverpool 3-0.
Oh, right.
Yeah. We're playing. At that time, Fabio Vieira just scored and it made it 3-0. So, but I've given away my score. I literally said it. I did a preview with Terry as well. I said 3-1, but yeah, I didn't say 3-0 that we're going to beat Liverpool.
That's true.
I meant I was talking about
question to Callum though. I know you're the host, but question to you. Like, obviously, you've said about what you're not happy with and whatever. But can you see Liverpool winning this? Is there any part of you that sees Liverpool winning this?
I know I see how we can win it. I genuinely see how we can win it. I could just talk and wax lyrical about how we could win this game. I can't sit here and lie to you guys or be dishonest just for being a Liverpool fan. I don't think we will win this game.
Yeah.
I'd rather be truthful than just shout from the rooftop. Like you all know about me. Like if I believe Liverpool are going to win a game, you know what I'm like. I'm going to be boisterous about it. I can't sit here with my hand on my heart and be like, yeah, I think Liverpool are going to win this game. I don't. I'm worried. I'm genuinely worried about this game. But I'm genuinely worried because I've been getting Arsenal fans for years now, and I know I'm owed one. So it is what it is. I've been doing a madness on these streets, and now the streets are coming back to get me in it. So it's one of them things. This is football. I take the rough with the smooth in it. Daps, let me force you for a prediction. Who's winning the game?
Oh, if I'm going to give a prediction, I think it might be a 2-2 draw.
Okay.
I really don't know what way. I don't know what way to go. For me, I still can't underestimate Liverpool yet. Not yet. I don't think, and this is even, I watched your game against Rangers. I don't think, I think way too much was made over the Trent free kick for me by the media. It's like the bounce back, whatever, it was a free kick. We expect Trent to score those free kicks. That tells us nothing about, that is completely nothing to do with what anyone has been saying about Trent this season. We all know Trent can score a free kick. We all know Trent can ping a sensational pass. And it's like you focused on that where no one has said this season that Trent can't do that. So I think the way Rangers played against you, it told me nothing about Liverpool because they didn't really try and do anything.
See, that's where I disagree, Dap. So you see the game Trent played against Rangers. And again, I'm not going to go overboard, but I will judge him based on the opposition he had. Trent played completely different. Even if you look at his average positioning in that game wasn't even beyond the halfway line.
For real?
For real.
Deeper.
Bro, he's been playing like second striker this season.
I guess that because of the four, the way you were playing with the four. Yeah, I didn't really notice that. I was noticing that more, but yeah.
Like the reason why Trent kind of got the plaudits because Trent, for me, his my criticism of Trent has never been that he can't defend. I think it's very lazy to say he can't defend. Nowadays, wingers are going to get the better of fullbacks. It's going to happen. You've got some very good wingers out in world football. The issue I have is that Trent has not wanted to defend. When he wants to defend, he's a very good defender. When he doesn't want to defend, he's trash. And there's an attitude issue more than an ability issue. I'm not going to sit here and say either he is a phenomenal defender. He's not. He's absolutely not. But I think people go so far overboard with saying he's absolutely terrible as a defender. When I've seen people who call Reece James the best defender since sliced bread, I've seen him get dunked on by 5'7" attackers. I've seen Wan-Bissaka.
I don't recall that.
I've seen Dallo. I've seen Dallo get. Everyone talks about Ben White, who has had a good season so far. But the first game of the season, Ben White was getting torn up by Zaha, and it was Saliba who was bailing him out. So don't get me wrong, Trent hasn't covered himself in glory. But I think there's a growing agenda with Trent, and I think it's driven by the media, mainly because of Gareth Southgate leaving him out of the England squad and all that. But I think we as Liverpool fans have been way more calm than other fans because we have realized it's more of a system issue and an attitude issue as opposed to an ability issue.
I think the system is massive. I think the Henderson Milner thing, people talk about Henderson covering him. It's Henderson or Milner covering him. Someone also did say something earlier. I think it was on TalkSport about having a centre back that comes over and covers you. And I mean, I can talk this on the left hand side for City at the beginning of the season. Cancelo, because of how far forward Cancelo's been playing and inverting, I was noticing we were very vulnerable down the left. So first two games, Ake just stepped in, could come over, cover him, no problem whatsoever. Yeah. And then when Ake got injured against Newcastle, and Stones or Diaz came on, and we had two right-sided centre backs, and it didn't allow that cover on the left. We then went out and bought Akanji straight away because it was like we know the way that, and it just for me. That's where I would be critical of Klopp, that Pep very quickly realised it and said, right, we need to deal with that because Laporte's not back yet. Ake's out. We need another person that's competent to play on the left. And it's just, you know what, that might be FSG, but it's
I was going to say that's more than just
or
a Klopp
thing.
Yeah, it's more than just a Klopp.
It's finding those and dealing with them quickly because I do think Trent is probably holding. Who plays right-sided centre back for you lot, by the way?
But that's another thing as well. It's been chopped and changed this season. It's Konate, Matip, or Gomez. But even going back to Cancelo, everyone waxes lyrical about Cancelo, and you can attest to this as well, Daps. There's been games where Cancelo's getting ripped about by wingers, but no one really mentions it.
You know what it is? Is you touched on it when you said it's about the system. And Pep said probably about 5 years ago when he first arrived in the Premier League and he had Stones. Stones came straight in and was playing as one of our centre backs when we had Zabaleta on the right. We had Bravo in goal that wasn't really all that playing out from the back. We had, who was it on the left? Kolarov, but he'd come of age on the left. And Stones was trying to play football out from the back. And he made a lot of mistakes. And Pep came out in a press conference and said, that player, John Stones, has got more balls than any other player in this team. To be playing as a centre-back in this team the way I want him to play football for the first time, it takes a lot. And it's because the system made him look vulnerable. But it's the system. And it's the same with Trent. If Trent is playing where Klopp is telling him to play, but then defenders aren't covering him, the midfielders no longer have the legs to cover him. I'm not saying Trent's not to blame, but it's not all on Trent because Trent is a system player. Risk versus reward, and for the last 4 years, that risk has been worth it for the reward. Yeah. This season, it's like, okay, he's holding it, but to be fair, the rest of the team, and maybe that's why Klopp's backing him so much.
Because that's what I'm saying. The whole team's been trash.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to say. Sorry, Lee. I don't want to. Sorry to cut you, but I don't want to stay on the Trent thing. I want to get Kaz's prediction for Sunday and then move on to Conte. So Kaz, what are you saying for Sunday, bro?
2-1 Liverpool.
You don't believe that,
in it?
You don't. I don't think he believes it though. I think that's what he wants.
Didn't believe himself last
2-1 gang. Let's go.
He didn't believe himself last week.
Yeah. I'm with Lewis, man. It's 2-1 gang with Liverpool, man. I don't know. Arsenal are good, but I still believe in like believing Liverpool will have some sort of turnaround at some point. I'm not saying it's the easiest place is Arsenal, but if you want to get geared up for a game and show like you're the big boys still, like this is the game to do it. And I
It's
feel
also
like
'cause we need it.
Van Dijk's still quality. I feel like if you play a 4-2-3-1, yeah, you can definitely get a result. Play on transition,
Agreed.
why not?
But
But
I
I'm
don't
ready
think
for the
we
Van
will.
Dijk slander more than I am the Trent slander. I'll
Yeah,
be honest with you.
but if
I'm
you
ready
lot
for that.
lose, like
I'm ready for
I'm
that
still
one.
I'm still winning. Do you get it? Like I'm still winning as regardless. I feel like even you're winning. Kopish is winning because you have double the people watching you after that.
No,
and Liverpool
no,
hurt is good
No,
for
I'm
Kopish.
I'm
But
probably the worst for this, and I shouldn't even admit this as a content creator. You see, when we
nah, it's
lose
good
and
for
we
you.
may have more people
Nah,
watching,
it's not, bro. I'm not
Look,
gonna lie.
it
I don't agree with you,
hurts.
Cass, one bit.
there's W's all around.
Nah,
Don't
bro,
worry.
bro.
Share
No,
I'm not gonna lie,
no.
bro.
share it.
No.
I'm the worst when
every-
it comes to that. I'm the
Nah,
worst,
you know it is. Yeah, nah. As a
bro. I
content
get
creator, when
annoyed
the
when we
team,
lose friendlies, bro.
Nah,
Oh.
I'm
bro.
the worst,
No.
bro.
I'm not with you,
I've
Cass.
been there.
I'm sorry, yeah, it's not worth it. It's not
Aye.
worth the hurt, bro.
Ask Lee what I'm like when we lose. I'm a horrible person.
Can I just ask,
I
am
mean-
I allowed on the show on Sunday if we
We'll
beat you?
see. We'll see.
If we beat you, I just want to put that out there. Like I'm just asking.
Do you know what, Lee? All jokes aside, the amount of times I've given you stick over the years, and you've answered my calls when we beaten you on post-match shows, you got an invite.
Whoa. So wait, Lee, when I called you, you didn't answer my phone call. Why?
Listen,
You don't rate
I
me.
told you, bro.
Don't rate me,
my
clearly.
girl's important, bro. I can't lie to you, bro. You're
It's
important
a-
too, but
see, you know
my
what it
girl's
is.
more
It's
important.
you know what it is. It's a difference. Losing against Liverpool is one thing, but losing against Man United is another thing.
It hurts.
Don't want to
man.
be there.
Yeah, look, but
Oh,
nah,
he actually
like-
said that. He said it.
Nah, look, now as I said, now Liverpool have taken that place, bro. I tell you what, I can't lie to you, man. I can't lie to you.
Right.
Yeah, I actually no. I truly believe Liverpool can win still. Like I really do, man.
Fair dues. Right, we're going to move topics onto Conte. And Lewis, I'm going to start with you on this one because he used to manage you guys and you see him up close and personal, and you know him better than we do, the rest of the panelists here. Conte has been getting a lot of stick at Spurs, especially considering how they lost against Arsenal. It was a toothless performance, to say the least. And even without the sending off, they still lose that game 3-1 minimum, in my opinion. The sending off may have even helped them because they had 11 men. He may have actually tried to push for a goal, and I think he leaves himself open and gets carved open. Now, granted, they are still only a few points off the top spot. So they haven't had a terrible season, but this is where context always comes into play. People look at Tottenham's season and look at the points they've accumulated and be like, oh, they must be having a good season. But if you've actually watched Tottenham this season, they have not been pulling up any trees. Now, they just drawn a game in the Champions League, a game they should have won as well. Lewis, you've seen this from Conte. You've seen when he's at the highest of the highs and he's almost unbeatable, but you've also seen him when he's not really clicking into gear. Do you think there are early signs showing that Conte is maybe not looking like the Conte we thought he would look at Tottenham?
A bit, but it's like it depends on how far you want to see it. If it's a case of Tottenham aren't untouchable, guaranteed top 3 or top 4, like a lot of people thought they would be, yeah, I don't think they're at that level, and they could easily drop out just like anybody else could. I don't know if it's emergency signs though, because I keep saying there's mental advantages in these big derby games. Tottenham struggle when they come to the Bridge. They struggle when they come to the Emirates. I don't think any manager is ever realistically going to change that unless they continue to improve over a number of years. I don't think that's going to change. Like, he's still got absolutely bossed by Arteta. Like, you got to call it what it is. But I don't think it means that Tottenham are going to be like completely out of the race or if they're going to have a car crash or anything. I just think they're not as good as everyone made them out to be, myself included, and is what it is. I ain't going to complain about that. At least they've been brought down to earth a little bit. But the only thing that's really worrying if I was Tottenham is that they probably were playing better towards the end of last season than they are to now. Now they can't even get a consistent 90 minutes, let alone like big wins in big games. But I don't think they're gonna fall off or anything. They're just not as untouchable as people thought they were.
They're not on anything to fall off.
Well, Daps, I was going to come to you next.
Basically,
Now,
yeah.
Tottenham always give Liverpool and Man City, especially you guys over the last few years, tough games. Like they just do. They always seem to pull out of the bag against us, but when it comes to Arsenal and Chelsea, especially Arsenal at home, they waver a little bit. Do you think it's more of a mentality thing than an ability thing for Manchester City, for Tottenham, as opposed to it's just Conte? Do you think it's deep rooted within that club and he's literally got to just weed out the bad mentality and almost just flush it out and reestablish a mentality that suggests that they can become winners?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a massive believer in that as well, in the mentality. I think that's so one thing that I will say is driving Arsenal right now. I said it from the beginning. Pep's had to do it at City. Yes, we'd won trophies, but he's definitely changed the mentality from top to bottom. Arteta had to do the same thing at Arsenal. And you can see it now with the players he's brought in this season. I think have just topped it off. So the same with Tottenham. I think the City thing, yeah, that's a mentality thing. Maybe weird things in football sometimes. But the one thing I'll say on the Conte thing is I'm going to keep asking Tottenham fans this. I had a lot of respect for Tottenham fans when Jose went there. And when Jose went to United, I said, listen, you'll probably win trophies under him, but I feel like this could be you lot. This is the end for you lot because of how successful United had been. They've been spoiled, right? So when they got Jose, it was almost like they weren't willing to rebuild and see good football rebuilding. They just wanted a trophy. So I was like, you might get a trophy, but your quality of football's going to go down. When Jose moved to Tottenham, I saw a lot of Tottenham fans saying, I don't want to see this stinky football just for the sake of getting a trophy. And they continued that through the season. He got them to a final and got sacked, right? So
just for it, it's crazy.
Yeah, I still to this day that's money. Must be money oriented.
Yeah, you guys would
could never be my club. But with that, now people will tell me that Conte football is not the same as Jose football. I get that 100%. It's not the same football. Is it as boring? Yeah, it is. It's not entertaining. Last season, you still saw this entertaining element of Tottenham. That seems to be being drained away now. So I'm just going to keep saying to Tottenham fans, are you going to hold the same energy? Because for some reason, and I thought maybe it's a Chelsea thing, but it can't be that because Conte was at Chelsea as well. But you've got to hold the same energy. This guy is not giving you attractive football. You're selling your soul for a potential trophy. The other thing I did say to them, I had a few arguments with Tottenham fans, was for me, as a City fan that wants to win a Champions League, that we've struggled. We've brought in a manager that has done it before, and we're still not over the line with it yet. The best thing you lot can do, it's great that you have this bragging rights over Arsenal. You got Champions League, they didn't. But the best thing for Tottenham, if you really think you're going to win a trophy, is to go out the Champions League early doors, because you are not going to win it, let alone with that manager. You're not going to win the Champions League with that manager. So stop getting carried away that you might go anywhere with it. You're not going to. Yeah, I just think they need to hold the same energy. I don't really see where this Tottenham team. I don't see them in this title race at all. They're,
all right. So sorry to cut you, Daps. As things stand right now, in the league table, they are third place. They are 4 points behind Arsenal. They're 3 points behind Man City. Now, again, I've been quite candid with this. I think City are going to run away with it this season. Is it not a bit reactionary for us to be sitting there saying Tottenham haven't been playing well? However, they are only 4 points off the top. So for them not playing well and still being that close, if they kick into gear, which we've seen them do last season, is there not, and in fact, I'll come to Kaz on this, is there not an argument to say that if they click into gear, they could actually become a problem? I mean, they've spent a lot of money in the summer. They brought in a lot of players. Those players have to be integrated. And you look at the players they brought in. Spence, I rate highly. I rate highly. Kulusevski's obviously made his move permanent. Surely there's Perisic is coming, another player I rate highly as well. Could there not be an argument to say, and I know, Lee, you don't want to hear this because you hate that side of North London, but could there not be an argument to say that Arsenal are performing what may be their peak right now? Tottenham aren't performing anywhere close to their peak, but they're still only 4 points in it. Could that not give encouragement to fans?
Well, there's an argument that the chat hasn't got into gear because they ain't liked this video enough for over 700 and nearly 50 people in here, and it's not even
What are we
200
on for
likes.
like?
So, like, not even 200, like
Oh,
192.
guys, come on,
So
let's
chat
get that
needs to
up.
chat.
We need, yeah,
Chat needs to
500
get
likes
chat
minimum.
needs to get into gear, man. You're moving like Tottenham, but a bit slow. But yeah,
Poor
man,
conversion
smash a
rate.
like. Yeah, but
Unlike
yeah, it's
Haaland.
overreact. It's overreact. You know why it is an overreaction? Because one thing is certain, even Arsenal fans do it. I think lots of Spurs fans know it. When they go to Arsenal, they lose. And just because Conte's in, don't mean they're going to magically turn it around and win all of a sudden. I don't think it matters even if they got Pep Guardiola in this season. They wouldn't have won at Arsenal. Do you get what I'm saying? Like with the players they got at Arsenal, it's always going to be
I
a thing
disagree
where...
slightly. If Pep goes there, I do think they could.
Not really. No, they wouldn't, because they still got man like... You think Eric Dyer and them man are going to be playing ball at Emirates? I don't think so. So it is what it is. So if they had that collection of players and Pep, they ain't winning at Arsenal. So put Klopp in there, got sacked at Liverpool somehow, went to Tottenham, still not winning at Arsenal, bro. But long story short, they've lost twice in Europe. No, they dropped points in Europe against Eintracht Frankfurt away. They and Spurs fans said they played a lot better. They lost away against Sporting Lisbon and they lost against Arsenal. So the way they're playing football right now, I guarantee on the weekend, who they got?
Brighton away.
Brighton away. That's gonna be a tough outfit, no matter what. But the thing
Trust
is,
me, I know.
you wouldn't write them off. You wouldn't write them off to go get a result at Brighton either. That's the thing, because they
I'll
always
be
got
honest
Conte.
with you. I kind of am.
I don't know, man. I just feel like even if they got a draw at Brighton right now at this current time, that seems like a good result. But at the same time, I feel like, yeah, I don't know if this Spurs team will do major things with this current squad, but I feel like they still have enough to get that top four because they're playing crap and they're still getting results. And
Do you
there
know-
will be a point where they have a period where they play good.
Do you know what it
You know
was,
what I'm
Callum?
saying?
A few years ago, I remember it was a season where we played you in January with the proper City Liverpool title race.
Which one?
Was it
There's been a
19?
few, bro.
Yeah, it might have been 19. It might have been 19, but in January,
18-19. Aguero
Yeah, I
got
think
2
it was.
goals, yeah?
right? You were
No,
top.
Aguero and Sane, sorry.
Yeah, Sane, Aguero, Sane. You were top. Tottenham was second. City were third. Right. City had a game in hand, but that night was Liverpool City, right? And on Talk Sport, they were basically having this whole debate about City, Liverpool. And a Tottenham fan rang in, basically going, this isn't fair. Why are you going on about the title race being between City and Liverpool, when we're second? And I know that City have a game in hand, but we're second. This isn't fair. Whoever it was, I think it might have been Adrian Durham, said, you know what? I don't even care that City have got a game in hand. Even if City didn't have a game in hand, they're in the title race. You're not. Why? Because they know how to do it. Liverpool have done it. You lot have not got over any sort of line. And he was spot on, because I'm sat here right now saying to Arsenal fans, I'm sat here right now saying to Arsenal fans, I will rate your start to the season, but I'm not rating no one that hasn't been in a title race with Pep Guardiola, in September, October, November, December, or January, because it's different pedigrees. So if I'm saying that to Arsenal, who are top, then I'm going to look at a Tottenham that haven't performed well, are currently third, and go, if we said it before, they were top in after 10 games in 2020. We were 13th. Look how the season ended. So if they're not ahead of us now, they ain't got a chance in a title race. Not a chance. They don't know what it's like, man. They do not know what it's like. So
I think that's all right, Daps. I hear where you're coming from, but remember, it takes, everyone's got to get there. Like that season you're talking about. Thanks for bringing me back to a dark place, by the way, Daps. That season 18-19, that was the first time we had really done a title race since 2009.
That was the
first, because 17-18 was when the rivalry started, because we beat you in the league. We were the only team to beat in the league, I think, and then we beat in the Champions League. And then the following season, you were the only team to beat us in the league. You did 98, we did 97. So every team needs that first time. So I can't sit here and say Arsenal have no chance at a title race, because
but here's a thing. If you look at
Liverpool back in 18,
but here's the thing. If you look at, and look, I will keep saying Arsenal can prove me wrong. You know what? And if they keep going, they can. But I am going to base it on the size of their squad and a lot of other things. It's not just the start to this season. With you lot, though,
2014 is a bloody old Man City can flipping do one, man. Every flipping title challenge.
But that's true. That was a Pellegrini one. That was the Yaya Toure season where he did it. But the thing with you lot, when you first won the league, yeah, if you look at the season before, how good was your season before?
Yeah, it was good.
How good was the end of your season before?
Yeah, it was very good.
And then you carried it into the start of the season. So that's what I'm saying. I don't believe that a team's first ever real title challenge. Let's be real. Tottenham have never challenged for the title. They might have been floating.
No, they haven't. They never have.
Right.
Never
So
have.
I can't believe that Tottenham's first ever title challenge is going to start off in a season where they're playing badly. I just can't see it. Like, what, all of a sudden it's just going to click. Conte will get results, and I'm not doubting they could easily get a top 4 place, but they're not in a title challenge. No way. They ain't got the minerals. Simple as that. Let's have it right.
Fair dues. Right. I got to ask the question, shout and answer. Does Conte last the season at Tottenham?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is going to last the season because he wants that 20 million that he's getting, but he ain't the manager that people think he is, man. I've said it over and over again.
He's getting 14 million, to be fair. 13.
14, I thought it was 20, but even if he's getting 14, that's a lot of money to do the stuff that he's doing at this current moment in time, which isn't much. And look, I'm here to say, I'm just going to keep it like this. Spurs aren't that team that people think they are. It's just really that simple. Yeah, they've got the results that they've got, but they're in a false position, and it will come true by the end of the season. And my last point I want to say is, why is it that no one speaks about Conte the way that everyone was sort of upset with Mourinho when he started to call out Luke Shaw and say things about him, and he spoke about Pogba? Look how he's talking about Basuma.
I think I know why though.
Spence. For me, I think this guy's absolutely disgusting the way he talks about certain people, and it may not be as harsh or as sort of rushed the way he does maybe about Mourinho, like Mourinho did, but still, like, 2 peas in a pod. And look, for me, at the end of the day, he's gonna show form. This guy is not a good manager. I can't put it any other way than that.
Lee, I think I know why though.
Go on, Kaz. Sorry. Go on, Kaz.
I feel like because the difference between Mourinho and the difference it is between Conte is that it just comes with the territory, innit? Mourinho hasn't really won anything great compared in the recent history, in recent history, by the way, before you look, in terms of compared to Conte.
That was ready with the microphone.
Yeah. In recent history, where Conte has, man, like, he went to Chelsea, he's done it here recently as well. I think that helps. He went to Inter Milan, ain't won a title in donkey's years. One with them, comes to Tottenham, gets a few quick fixes. The difference is, right, Mourinho needs probably star quality players to do what he wants to do, and mentality workers. Yeah. Conte needs a scrub, and that's about it, and makes him look half decent or decent enough. You get what I mean? And if he's got a good quality player, then he's going to make them look even better. So that's the difference between right now, currently, Conte. But it's the style of football that it's not like they're not used to it. Nuno, Mourinho is crap. Conte, the thing is, Conte don't play bad football. When he gets his players, and if he does next summer, gets the more collectible players that he wants, you'll see a much better, a much better Tottenham. Because if they get the fullback, I know facts they're going to get some more wing backs. They will get the wing back. It's like when Hakimi was at Inter Milan and everything. Oh my word! It's just, and the wing back who was on the left exactly.
Ashley Young.
They even had Ashley Young in that, bro. So they can have a Perisic sign. As soon as he gets another quality wing back, that's it. You never know. You might even go get Barella or something like that. And then that whole Tottenham team just looks absolutely different because they need to sell, by the way. So I'm sure he will dip into that Inter Milan market at some point next summer if they do continue to be in the Champions League. He will.
All right. Just back on the point that Lee made. And again, I agree with you, Lee. It's one of the things we as Liverpool fans say we don't want Klopp sharing dirty laundry out in public. But on the flip side, Conte's been getting it in the neck from a lot of supporters saying, why is it Spence playing? Why is it Spence playing? Does he sort of not have a right to come out and say, well, look, with all due respect to you guys as fans, yes, you are fans and you might want to see this attacking and talented and this exciting prospect. But I'm seeing him every day and I'm saying he's not ready and I'm the manager. Should I not get that right to make that decision? Now, granted, how he articulates it isn't the best.
Point. Mm-hmm.
The articulation for me needs to improve. But exactly. I do think I do like when a manager or a player pushes back, because I don't like the idea of robots. They're human beings at the end of the day.
No, I love robots. I love robots.
I don't mind someone with a bit of personality. It's like when Jude Bellingham came out last season, when the Bayern Munich game, when he feels like they got robbed, which they did. They got robbed, and he said, "Look, the refereeing is geared towards Bayern Munich." People were in uproar, and I'm like, he's saying how he feels. He wasn't rude about anything. He wasn't cursing out anyone. He's just saying how he feels, and he's got a bit of evidence to back it up. So could you not agree that, again, articulation was all wrong, but does he not have a right to come out and say, I'm the manager, I pick the team because I see what I see every day?
You're right. But you got to think though, like, even forget the whole thing about the way he articulates it, because that was my main point. But I just think, look at what's one of the most famous things about Klopp is the hug. If he took that away, he's half the man, half the manager, half the aura around him. And for me, I just think, I look at it and I'm like, why do it? Like, why do you have to do it? You don't have to do that. These are your lieutenants. This is the man that is meant to go out and show that not only that I'm a good manager because I've chosen you to be in my selection, but it also shows that you can adapt. It also shows that you can work with the poor player or whatever it is and make him into a better player. And my last point is that it's also weird because he's playing players that in truth aren't actually better than him, or looks to be like that anyway, in Emerson. So I look at it and I'm like, I don't understand why people do. And look, this is why I love Arteta, because he backs his players to the hills. This is why I liked Wenger, because he backs his players to the hill. You same thing like Klopp. All the top managers, they deal with people in a certain way. And as much as I'm contradicting myself, because I love Mourinho, I love him as a person and as a manager, but I'm not going to defend some of the things and how he's spoken to people and how he's thrown people under the bus and how he's spoken about people's weight. When you just don't need to do that. Like there are
not in public, not in public.
It's the same thing where exactly that, and that's my point. Is you can same thing. I'm a teacher, as everyone knows. I'm not going to expect my students' parents at parents' evening to discipline them in front of me. You can say whatever it is you want to say respectfully in front of your child to me, but I'm not going to expect you to beat your child in front of me. You do it at home. You do it in the confines of your own, or whatever it is, however you want to discipline. But I don't.
Such an old school Caribbean, bro.
Listen, but it's true, though. I'm not going to expect you to do it in front of me. You go home and then you
tell them off. You give them harsh words. You give them very harsh words.
Maybe not beat them, but you just don't let them touch the touch and them thing there.
I wish you could have gave this advice. I wish you could have gave this advice to my mum, man. When I got bro, trust me, she didn't give a shit. She didn't give a shit.
Bro, my mum gave me dimples from her nails, bro.
I'm not joking. My mum is ruthless. Yeah, she's very. I remember. Yeah, history teacher gave me a bad report, and not just a bad report. I'm talking like he went in. My mum just stood up, looked at me one time, and slapped me right round my face.
What, in front of the teacher?
In front of everyone. She don't give a shit. Embarrassing, man.
Look, you know what though?
You didn't do it again, though, did you? You didn't do it again, did you?
Nope. I done it to the French teacher instead.
It's something Pep said before. Pep, what was it he said? Pep said, I think in the Amazon thing, there was a clip of him where he said to the players in the dressing room, he said, I will go out there and defend you to every single member of the media. But in here, there will be truths. But that's how it should be. I think in one of the clips as well, I think he actually kicked certain members of the his team, the ones that didn't, maybe it was like the fitness side, was like, you don't need to be in here for this. So anyone that didn't need to be in there, because what was going to be said was so harsh, it was like, this is for the people that need to hear this. This is not for every single person at this club to hear, because I am going to have to tell some people about themselves. But I think it's true. That's the way, for me personally. It does seem that the managers that can do it that way, your Klopps, your Peps, I think your Ten Hags, I would imagine your Winks and your Arteta. So everyone on this panel, to be fair, I think all of our managers would do it that way. The old school way was the Fergie way, but it don't work no more. Unfortunately, these
but even then, though,
are too powerful. You can't do that. Like, unfortunately,
but even then, though, that's though. even then though, that's it's the Mourinho, them type of managers like the Mourinhos, the Contes, and that they don't last too long. Fergie, what he was good at, he'll call him out at the right time, not the wrong times, and he will back him. And I think even Ferdinand and a load of them players said it over and over again. The way he would do things, sometimes he'll call them out if he knew they can take it. So ones that didn't, it would direct the to somebody else for them, and they'll know it's about them kind of thing.
But that's the other thing with the mentality of players, that I do also think that some clubs and some managers, their recruitment gets players that have that certain level of respect, they've been, I'm not going to say disciplined, but they've been brought up to listen to managers, respect managers. If you want to improve your game, probably their mum and dad telling them their whole life, if you want to improve as a footballer, you listen to your manager. So they do that. And then you've got probably some egos that have got so big that it's like, I don't need to listen to them no more. But anyway, we move on.
The game of today, man. It's like people need to listen when I say smash a like button as well, because there's over 500 man in here that haven't actually smashed a like button as well. Do you understand? Like, I'm not joking. Like, people think
that's hella disrespect.
Literally underneath. I don't think they understand. As a YouTube content creator, the best thing you can get is a like. Just literally, there's 500 man currently listening to me right now.
Or
if
ladies,
you understand my accent, or ladies, sorry, or non-binaries, whatever you want to fuck with. If you want to be a tree one day, it's up to you, innit? But I'm just saying, as long as you smash the like button, you can do whatever you want. After that, man, it's just as simple as that. If it was my stream, I'll tell you to get out, but it's not my stream. So what's the point? It's
because Kopish is respectful.
Yeah, that's the difference. But
I tried to be.
Man. Can I announce something? I've been waiting for this. It's been over an hour. I want to announce this. I thought this would be the great time to announce this, right? So, been doing some good research recently, on a man called Roms. And what I've noticed is, Roms, Ramel, big up Roms in the club. What I've noticed about this guy, is that my man is actually an Arsenal fan. I'm not joking. So what we're seeing, if you go on Roms's old tweets about Arsenal, I'm not joking. All it is praise after praise after praise after praise after praise. Go back a couple years of praise. Roms is an Arsenal fan, and now we're seeing Liverpool. He's criticizing Liverpool a little bit more, but then the praise for Arsenal is still coming. Do you answer? I see what he's trying to do. People are just gonna forget, and then before you know it, oh yeah, Roms is an Arsenal fan. Oh wait, I forgot.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? It's just my burner account. That's all.
Leave Roms alone. Roms is one of us. Still.
I love Roms, bro.
One of us.
Well, that means he's one of Lee's as well, then.
And there's obviously been, again, this is a bit weird as well. There's always rumors about Monts also being an Arsenal fan in disguise. So why is it always so-called Liverpool fans that always got so much?
We got the streets, baby. We got the streets, man. We got the streets.
Don't get started on you and Gerard
around there.
I
think Callum went an Arsenal fan too.
You're mad.
You're
mad.
You think Callum's hey, listen, see that Arsenal sauce, that Henry sauce. Come on. Man, the Arsenal fan, bro. Come on, man's from London. He's from South as well, man. Hold on, he's from proper South. Come on, man. He's from proper South. You know them way there, man. Them boy there, them Arsenal fans there, man. We love it. We love it.
Never me. Right. Last topic of the show before we do predictions for the weekend.
Oh, here we go.
We're gonna keep this short and sweet. We know what City are doing at the moment. We know what Erling Haaland's doing at the moment. And really and truly, we saw what Kevin De Bruyne was doing last season. And De Bruyne, for me, is easily one or two best midfielders in world football. And you've gone and given a lion unlimited food. He now has a man in front of him that he can put the ball anywhere and the ball's going to end up in the net. Now, granted, they lost Jesus, they lost Sterling, two big players for them in the past. You got big goals for them in big games. The question is this: can anyone stop Man City in the league or the Champions League this season? I'm not speaking about emotional. Let's be real now, because Daps is smiling. That's why I'm not looking at the screen. Can anyone stop?
I knew one subject was going to come up. What's
that?
Champions League.
No, I'm not even digging. I've said on a real, bro. I've actually said I think you'll win the Champions League and the league this season. The domestic cups, I don't know how it'll go. It depends on who you draw, who you play in those games. The league and Champions League, I'm gonna be real. I think it's City's. Guys, am I right or am I wrong? Lewis,
No.
I'll start with you. Lewis.
Yeah, we have said that about City for a good few years though. Like I say, mental blocks with Spurs for like certain games. With City, it's winning the Champions League, and I'm not saying that they can't do it. Like they're still going to be one of the favourites, but it's still going to take a lot for them to make that final push and actually get across the finish line and win it. Especially if they end up even making it to another final, because there's a lot of expectation. There's a lot of pressure specifically in that competition. With the Premier League, no one's really putting any pressure on them. They're just expected to walk it, and they're walking it. Champions League is different. So I still think they're one of the favourites, but any top 3 or top 4 favourite could knock them out as well. You could see it happen.
Who though?
Real Madrid.
Yeah, Madrid.
It's their trophy, bro.
Bayern,
Real Madrid can do it.
PSG,
I think
Chelsea,
Bayern get
anyone.
Bayern in the Champions League, different animal. You could say
Bayern ain't
PSG.
doing it.
PSG to some degree. When you got
PSG ain't
Messi,
doing
anything can happen. If you got Messi turn up the way he's right now and do what he's doing, yeah, they might draw against Benfica, but it's anyone's. I think it's anyone's trophy this year. I'll be real. It's anyone's. I don't think, you know what I like to say, like they got Haaland now. They have to win the Champions League this year. Nah, bruv. You know what, they don't, bruv. Like it's a competition. It's hard. It's hard. You know, some man don't know about that innately, about winning the pressure of winning the Champions League, but they don't have to win it, man. They don't have to win it. They'll get to the semi. They might get to a final, but even then, it's just like it's anyone's game, man. Honestly,
You know what?
The first time I see Lee silent still.
You know the joke? It's mad because I'm sitting there and I'm like, bro, man lost 6-3 and he's just getting away with murder, you know. Oh my
bro.
man, just
Well, leave
taking
him,
shots.
man.
Say like, it's cool, man. It's cool.
Daps, I'll ask you. You're the Man City fan.
Right, so
Are there 3 teams in Europe you absolutely want to avoid?
perfect. Right. So yeah, you're spot on. You're spot on. This is a thing. So I know I'm going to get this even more than ever all season about the Champions League. And then if I don't come on here going, yeah, we're going to win it 100%, when people say, are you going to win the Champions League? If I don't do that, people say, oh, you got no chest. But the question, are you going to win it? Look, I can't answer, are we going to win it? Do I want to win it? Yes. Do I feel that now we have a better chance than ever to win it? 1,000,000%. With Haaland, we haven't brought him in to score more goals. We brought him in to score the goals that we couldn't score in previous seasons. The goals. Like the goal. The perfect example would have been like the scoring 3 against United, right? He said he was going to turn up against United. He turned up against United. Buying Dortmund in the Champions League, where we didn't look cool, that he pops in and gets the winner. It's these little goals. The Palace game, Palace previous seasons, we struggled. We didn't struggle with Haaland. So he's going to do that. Now, Cass was spot on. Liverpool fans, not Liverpool fans, Liverpool trolls will come at me all the time. Ilyas, you're the leader of them, right? will come at me with, Daps, are you going to win the Champions League? Right,
big
and
up,
just
big up
focus
Ilyas
on that.
still.
No, I love mad love for Ilyas. Mad love for Ilyas. He trolls me.
Ilyas holds us down when we're not about. Still,
Oh, bro, he trolls me. His super chat trolls me, yeah, saying rent free, and I'm like, bro, you just paid money to put the comment up about rent free, but literally, you're not rent free. You're paying to be in my head, bro. Literally, but
big up Ilyas.
but no, Liverpool fans will wax lyrical about how amazing they are that they've won the Champions League, but then say, "Oh, City need to win it." It's like, then you don't rate that trophy that much if you think it's that simple. There is heritage. We've been told about heritage. Yeah, heritage is real. We haven't done it yet. Like you've seen in the Premier League now, how we know how to get over the line because we've built that. We haven't built that in the Champions League yet. The 3 teams that I would want to, I think for City or PSG to win the Champions League, the best bet would be for them to face each other or avoid Real Madrid, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, and do you know what? I'm going to throw a mad curveball in there.
Arsenal.
With
Napoli.
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Arsenal.
Let's
In
go.
recent years, Chelsea have done it like a couple of times. So, you know,
Arsenal.
I do think, I'm not saying we can't beat Liverpool, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, or Or
Arsenal.
no, not Arsenal, bro. They're not even in the
Who
tournament.
the
like
hell
United.
keeps saying that in the background?
But
It's very
I
annoying.
do
Arsenal.
think we'd stand a better chance with playing someone like PSG that haven't done it yet, because then there's no heritage there. Because this heritage thing is not a joke. I witnessed it at the Bernabeu last season. It's mad, and I'll keep saying this: if Liverpool didn't play Real Madrid in that final, despite how knackered they were, I think they would have won the Champions League. But they came up against a team that has more heritage than them, who just know how to get over the line that
And
little bit more
Valverde.
than them. So.
And
But
Valverde and Vinicius at the
listen,
post.
but for anyone that wants to clip it or do whatever, trust me, yeah.
911. I'm here taking shots, and I've got no
Well,
bets.
I mean,
We need to win the Champions
Salah
League.
pulled out
Manchester
at the
City.
end.
I feel like City need to win. We need to win this, not for our fan base. And let me be clear, I am talking on behalf of most of our fan base. I know there's some that are just obsessed and it's the be all and end all.
Can I throw something in there as well for you, Daps?
Hold on. But to most City fans, we want to win this Champions League just to shut all of you lot up. Like, that is the only reason. Because like, we're happy winning our leagues. It is mad, but it is what it is. Yeah, we just want to win one of these to go, fuck it, we'll have one of them as well, because we're happy watching the football we've got, and if we can have one of them as well, and as well, that means Lee can't talk to me ever again as well. So
The thing is, I feel City don't win it this year, but they win it maybe next
bro,
year.
I keep hearing this every year. I'm bored of hearing that.
No.
I want to win
Why?
it
I
this
think
year,
because
innit?
Haaland is going to stay this year, but I feel like City next season are going to get another serious player somewhere down. Like, it's going to be someone, and I think it's going to be someone in attacking. I think it's going to be someone in attacking lineup. It's going to be some sort of winger. It could be that Napoli baller. It could
that'll
be anybody.
midfielder, bro. It'll be midfielder. It has to be midfielder.
Oh, yeah,
We'll
or
spend
midfielder.
big on a midfielder.
See, the thing
we
is,
have to.
I can't help but think Jude Bellingham is going to end up going to City, and I just feel like that guy's. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be the difference next season. Maybe not this season. I think they get to a semis, finals. It could happen. I can't predict it, but I feel like they don't win it. I just feel like Real Madrid just going from strength to strength. I'll be honest. But again, so are City. But for that City, they're transitioning into winning the Champions League, and if they've got their best time, I think it will be next season, just not this season.
I'll be honest with you. I think this season. Look, if Haaland keeps
win it. You're gonna win it at some
point.
Gonna win it.
Yeah, if Haaland keeps playing the way he's playing, it should definitely be this season. I'm sorry, it should be.
Yeah, of course.
I will say,
with the extra 400k bonuses, I think
I'll
be yamming for that goal, bro.
if you don't win it this season,
bonuses.
I will say though, Kaz and Daps, if you don't win it this season, I mean, you're going to be pissed because we're going to win it next season. So then we can chat to anyone.
That's 1 hour and 17 minutes. If anyone would like to put that.
I'm going to win it next season.
I've just written that one down. That's the only time I've written down this. Yeah, that's getting.
Callum, he says he ain't got chest to say he's going to be in a title contending kind of race this year, but he wants to put the chest out and say something as big as next year. I know he.
That is shamelessly, bro. Even for you,
no, sorry, Lee.
Next year.
Lee, you have to win if you think, because you're the same as us, bro. I've just waxed lyrical about heritage. You ain't got you. Yeah, to be fair, we've made more semi-finals than you, man, already. To be fair, but your man's heritage in the Champions League is like worse than ours, right?
Yeah,
and
it's getting pammed by
Munich. And if you don't win the league this season, you think you're just going to step up and take the Champions League? What, you're gonna get Di Matteo to manage you or something?
You know what happens, man. When I prophesize things, comes true, man.
I mean, you prophesized that United were gonna lose.
You prophesized a lot last season and they didn't come true.
Nah. I've been working on my. Listen, I had a phone call with Pogba, Black Magic. We got it moving, man. We're good. We're good, man.
Right, let's hit up some of these games. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the representative of these teams, apart from Spurs, obviously, who's going to win. So, Lewis, I'm going to start with you. Chelsea versus Wolverhampton Wanderers at the Bridge. Win, lose, or draw, bro?
This game will be tougher than Milan because they're just going to play a deep block, and we hate that. But still going to go 2-0 Chelsea. Sterling, Aubameyang, 2 goals, and yeah. Graham Potter's pot smoking blues. Let's go up the Chelsea.
He didn't say Jorginho. He didn't say Jorginho penalty. Fucking hell!
Nah, we're improving, man. We've got competent attackers now.
You saying
taking years
play now? Yeah.
What was that?
Open play goals in that now, yeah.
Bruv, we're actually making attacking plays. Like my team is growing right in front of my eyes. It's glorious.
Unlike Liverpool on Tuesday.
Raw.
That wasn't necessary.
I'm taking shots tonight. All right, Daps, I hear it. Do you know what? I'll take it.
You mean you don't really have a choice, do you?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I've got to take it. I've got no choice. Daps, coming on to you now then. Man City versus Southampton. Is this Hasselhoeven's last game? Because they lose 9-0.
Do you know what? Haaland might. I'm going. I hope Haaland starts, but there's something telling me he might.
Haaland will do 45 minutes minimum.
We'll start. Yeah. Was it telling Sign though the other day to see him come off for the first time for a while? Well, first time so early doors. Yeah, I mean it's a City win, innit? I can't come on here and even try and act like I'm not sure it's going to be a City win. I'll go with a 3-0 City, and that'll be good. Another clean sheet because Laporte and Diaz first game back midweek. Hopefully, we'll see another Laporte-Diaz pairing, and then we're going to see our defense start to tighten up, and then you lot really need to be worried. Just in time for Liverpool.
Yay! All of us can answer this one. Just go around the circle. So, Kaz, I'll start with you. Brighton versus Spurs.
Liverpool. I think a draw. I think it'd be boring. 0-0.
Fair enough. I'm going for a Brighton 2-1 win. Lewis.
Which game is this again?
Brighton Spurs.
Brian actually playing well as well, even with the new manager.
Yep.
I could see a draw, I could actually see a draw, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go 1-1.
Lee.
I'm gonna go 3-1 Brighton, to be honest with you.
Daps.
I think it's going to be a 2-2, and I think Conte's going to hit up Trossard at the end of the game. Try and sign him in January. Fully.
Then move to the player on the pitch. Yeah, I'd be fun to see that still. We've already spoke about the Liverpool Arsenal game. Everton versus Man United. Cass, what are you saying, bro?
No, I think we win 2-0. Yeah, I think we win 2-0. We score goals. Martial's back. I don't mind. Just as long as you drop Sancho, don't keep Ronaldo in. Rand's he's still fit in that. Yeah, man, 2-0. Everton are toothless up front, but at the same time they're quite tight knit at the back. But I still think, even though we got smacked 6-3, I don't think Everton are doing that, and I don't think they even actually score, if I'm being honest. So, on that note, I think they'll play a low block, but they're going to try to play counter-attacking football. It's obvious, and they can do it, and they can hurt us. But then again, it's just...
Have you found Malacia yet, by the way?
Say again?
Oh my god!
What did Malacia yet?
Have you found him
Oh
yet?
my god!
I couldn't see him on Sunday.
Oh my god!
I mean, it wasn't really Malacia, if anything. It was more Delo.
No, I just said I didn't see him. Literally.
So you know what? You know what? Neither did I, bro. It's probably still searching for full photo why he didn't play right wing. But yeah, it is what it is. But I still think we beat Everton. I'm not discredited from the City game, man.
Lee, do you believe him today? You didn't believe him last week, did you?
Listen, I said it last week when you said this fake scoreline. I never believed you. I knew you were lying, man. We knew you were lying. You wasn't telling the truth. But look, it is what it is, man. You got to back your team in it, so fair enough. But that was ridiculous.
What do you say? We need
first
more
45 minutes. First 45 minutes.
What's that?
We say we need Maury for when Kaz does a score.
Yeah. That lie detector, bro. I don't know. Who is your daddy? We don't know.
I can say that, but the thing is, though, I could say the same thing when you get score predictions wrong and when you've been wrong in that. But is what it is, bro. I didn't say we was gonna win.
Your team blind.
And guess what? And when it comes next week to Old Trafford and City come, do exactly the same thing. So it is what it is.
By the way, if anyone knows a good butchers in Manchester, let me know, because I got told about one and they let me down badly. So I need to make sure I get some meat this Sunday.
As long as it's halal.
I'm getting none last week.
Pause.
Oh no, man.
Pause. Pause. Right, let me hear out the supers. P.L. said, since Jota joined Liverpool,
Whoa.
it's Jota 5, Arsenal 1.
Let's see if
man
it's
moving like
6 then, brother.
Drogba.
I said moving like Drogba. MZ MZ says Arsenal playing Wi-Fi password. They even use the symbols, the passwords. I mean, the teams are getting tougher in Europa. Who did you actually play tonight? What was the final score, Lee?
Yeah, Bodo Glimp, and we won 3-0. That's why when I said it, I think everyone thought I was saying that we're going to beat 3-0. Yeah.
Bodo Glimt ain't a bad. Bodo Glimt, they're not a bad outfit, bro. They gave it to Roma like literally last season in Europa conference as well. They're not great, but they are decent.
Nah, like we actually bent them over, man. We did what?
Watch when you go to their ground next week, you'll see what I'm kind of saying. That they're not a bad outfit.
Their ground?
I'm not saying they're great.
Cass is talking up the Europa League is best.
Narnia.
Listen, I tell you what,
Man said Narnia.
Don't talk too tough because you might be there next season, you know, brother.
Who, me?
Norwegian.
Don't talk too tough. You might be there next season, Cal.
Nah, we'll be all right.
Cal, I was gonna say
We'll finish in the
They're
top
Norwegian. They're Norwegian, Carl, but they're a decent outfit.
Okay.
Fair enough. Jamrock says Daps is correct. City scored 150 goals and Liverpool scored 147 last season. He is absolutely.
Is that in all
correct.
competitions?
Yeah.
we were the top team in we were the top
mad
team
though,
in the
innit?
top. We were the top scoring
150
team
goals
in
is
the top
crazy.
I don't even
5.
think we hit 100.
Top
No,
five.
you
basically,
didn't.
then.
You didn't.
Oh,
I don't even think we scored 50.
Yeah.
I
I
wouldn't
think
even laugh
it was
at
only
that
us and
before.
City from the Premier League that hit more than 100 goals.
Like
Right,
Where
yeah.
life comes at you fast, man. How the tables have turned.
Yeah, after 7 games,
oh man,
they have turned so far. But we'll see.
How
We'll
the
see.
tables have turned, man. Damn. As
What
I
I will say,
said
Lee-
to Matt last week, if you can't get 3 wins, you can't talk to me, man. So
Hold
have to
on,
put
hold
something
on,
on mute.
hold on. So this is where I've got to step in now. How many seasons have we gone on mad runs?
Listen,
How
I
many?
don't care about what happened, bro.
I
Last
know
season,
you
I had
don't.
a little more hair. The season before that, I had a little bit more hair. Right now, I have no hair. So we're talking about right now. Each season is different. Each year is different. So we move.
Lee, if you think I've been unbearable in the past,
Okay.
anyhow, you let us win on Sunday, bro. Oh my goodness.
Listen,
you're
man,
still going to
I
be
told
about
you,
to
bro.
come on Kop-Ish. You're still going to be about if you
Bro,
lose.
he'll have no choice. I'll drive to the Emirates if I have to. I'll find
Listen,
him in the
bro,
crowd.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If we lose, it's date night, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Date night. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Date night is happening with my missus. Once, bro, I take myself on a date. I ain't even gonna lie. Bro.
I say we rearrange a stream day if that happens.
Because he'll rearrange
know.
date night. He's just
Lee
telling you.
knows.
He'll
I'll
rearrange
call him on
date
every
night.
device number I have for him. I'll call it, bro. I'll call you on LinkedIn if I have to.
I ain't
I
gonna
will
lie,
find
bro.
you.
No, you know. Anyway, I'm going in confident. The same way I was last week. I'm going in confident. But listen, I'm just letting you know, date night is happening one way or another on Sunday at 6:30. If we lose, bro, I don't know.
Shameless.
I don't know,
Boys, before we head off, please tell the people where they can find you. Let's go around the circle. Daps, I'll start with you. Where can the people find you and support you? Bro.
Never Foul on YouTube, please, people. Make sure you head over there after this. Subscribe. Tomorrow we've got a big Arsenal-Liverpool preview. Some Kopish over there. I'll let Castle know whether we can announce it yet or not. But yeah, Never Foul YouTube channel. When we get to you can do it then, Cass. Thanks,
Cass,
people.
Pay me till last, and yeah.
Go on,
It was
Cass.
clockwise, bro.
So nice. Oh, I thought clockwise was like that, so I thought it'd be.
No, I just thought because you got
fucking
the
clock do
tee up.
you watch,
You got the De Bruyne pass. So
it's
can you do the Haaland finish now?
I'm trying to get back to the history, innit? I get it.
No, we got Marcel who's finishing, fam. Obviously, the highest conversion rate in Europe right now.
Oh,
What?
wow,
So, anyways,
that's shameless.
anyways, in less minutes too. Basically, now tomorrow, Never a Foul. We're gonna have your boy Callum on, obviously, for repping Kop-Ish with Monts, and he's gonna be up against Premzy and Babs. Should be interested. I think I'm gonna be more in. I feel like we got Babs and Callum more reasonable. Then you got Premzy v Monts, and it's gonna be a
Premzy. Hey, listen, my guy, I love Premzy, man.
Premzy's quality, man. Love that guy, man. You met Premzy before, Callum?
No. I'm looking forward to it. though.
Ledge, proper ledge.
Passionate. But yeah, 5 p.m. tomorrow we'll be there. You know, if you lot are real supporting guys, you won't go on Grizzlies 5 p.m. when you come on ours.
And back
Grizz
Team
is a-
Kopish.
Grizz is a friend here still. Like,
No. He's our friend. He's our friend. But back
Yeah.
Team
Yeah.
Kopish, innit?
But
Back Team Kopish. come on.
but yeah, I get the
Get me.
competition as well. I feel it. Lee, where can the
shame.
people find you?
Listen, Gooner Lee, Lee versus Lee on Twitter, and yeah, look, you'll catch me on AFTV, man. It's gonna be a big weekend, man. It's gonna be a big weekend, and hopefully, I can see a lot of you haters in on Sunday in the chat with a nice smile on my face, and I
hope
can
so
rub your
too.
face, rub your lot's faces in it, and yeah, man, this one's been cooking in the basket for a minute, man. So let's hope that there's no more my name being shouted unless it's my girl from Callum. And let's no more. I don't want to see no more stupid lemurets. I don't want to see no more ABCs. I don't want to see no more learning centers, DLCs, early learning centers. I don't want to see none of that. I want to see straight happiness from me, Martinelli. And my last question I'm going to say to you is, and I want to have a chat on this my YouTube about it, is if crossing was removed from the sport, what would be the difference between Emerson, apologies, and Trent? I don't know, man. Let's
Passing
move.
ability, free kick taking.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Feet of foot.
You know what
I
the
mean, I
difference is
could-
between the
I mean,
two of
it'll
them.
be a short conversation, but we can do a
You
video.
know
on
what
this
the
as
difference is between the two of them, you know. But yeah, we move.
well. And finally, Lewis, where can the people find you and support you, bro?
Yeah, Carefree Lewis G, Twitter, YouTube, everything, and Chelsea Fan TV as well. Big up, and yeah, let's hope we get another win on Saturday. Up the Chelsea.
And people in the comments, thank you so much for watching. Please do smash the like. I know Cass has been banging on about it, but seriously, people, all it is half a second for you to scroll up, hit the like button, and it makes a massive difference, not just for us, but for the channel, for the guys' channels on here who've come on and sacrificed their time as well. Please do that. Also, click the link in the description to all their channels and subscribe as well. They should all be up at least 600 subscribers if you haven't already subscribed, because there's over 600 of you in there now. It takes a second to do it, and it massively helps. We are going to be back tomorrow for the Kop-Ish calling show. That'll probably be about 8 o'clock. Also, as Cass said, I'm going to be on Never a Foul at 5 p.m. So make sure you tune in for that. I may have something after the Kop-Ish calling show as well. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
You boys are going to be busy.
tuned.
You need some sleep.
Busy.
Cal.
When are we not,
I
bro? When
can't
are we
wait to
not?
watch this. Can't wait.
So, people, make sure you smash the like button. Thank you all for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your evening or day, wherever you are. Stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kop-Ish. This is the Prem Panel Show. We are out, people. Take care.
Up the Chelsea.